Hello, 2.3. We're going to do a little bit more now with x's on both sides of the equal sign. But a lot of it's still what we've been doing the past few sections, just a little bit more. So the first ones are going to be just like we had been doing. So let's say we have 5x plus 3 equals 38. We're going to subtract the 3 from both sides. 5x equals 35. Divide both sides by 5, and we get x equals 7. Then, let's say we have 12 equals 15x minus 18. We're going to add the 18 to both sides. We're going to have 30 equals 15x. Divide both sides by 15. And x equals 2. Okay, so now let's do some that have the variable on both sides of the equal sign. Say we have 6x equals 2x minus 16. So we want all our x's on one side of the equal sign and our numbers on the other. So since we only have x's here, I'm going to move these two x's by subtracting because they are positive. So 6x minus 2x is 4x equals negative 16. Divide both sides by 4, and x equals a negative 4. Then let's say that we have negative 8x minus 25 equals negative 3x. So I'm going to move all my x's over to the right by adding 8x because it was a minus. So plus 8x. We still have a negative 25 equals. Now we have an 8x minus 3x, which is 5x. Divide both sides by 5. And we get that x equals negative 5. Okay. So a few more, or one more that's kind of like this. Let's say we have 8x plus 24 equals 2x. I'm going to subtract the 8x from both sides. We still have 24 equals 2x minus 8x is negative 6x. So now I have to divide both sides by a negative 6. And we get that x equals a negative 4. Okay, so now we're going to have some where we have both x's and numbers on both sides of the equal sign. So 5x minus 3 equals x plus 5. So I want to keep my x's positive. So I'm going to look at what the signs of both of them and how big they are. They're both positive now, but the 5x is bigger than the x. So I'm going to move the 1x over by subtracting it. And if I'm going to move my x's to the left, I need to move my numbers to the right. So that means I'm going to add 3. So 5x minus 1x is 4x equals x minus x is 0. 5 plus 3 is 8. Divide both sides by 4. And x equals 2. Next, let's say we have 5 minus 4x equals negative 5x plus 6. So here we have two negative x's, and the bigger one is the 5. So I'm going to move it over so that it's going to be a positive. So plus 5x plus 5x. Since I'm moving my x's there, I'm going to subtract the 5. We have a 5x minus 4x is x equals 6 minus 5 is 1. Next, let's say that we have 6x minus 3 equals 4x plus 4. So again, to keep my x's positive, I'm going to move them to the left. So minus 4x minus 4x. That means I'm going to add 3. 6x minus 4x is 2x equals 4 plus 3 is 7. Divide both sides by 2, and x is 7 over 2. Okay, so now one that has quite a bit more to it. Let's say we have a negative 3x minus 4x plus 12 minus 4 equals 2x minus 2x plus 1. So the first thing I need to do is combine like terms on each side of the equal sign. Negative 3x minus 4x is negative 7x. 12 minus 4 is plus 8 equals 2x minus 2x is 0, and we're just left with a 1. So now I need to subtract the 8 from both sides. And we have a negative 7x equals 1 minus 8 is negative 7. Divide both sides by the negative 7. X equals positive 1. And one that has quite a bit more to it. Negative 1 over 2x plus 3 equals negative 4 plus 9 over 6x. So here we need to find the common denominator so that we can get rid of all of our fractions to begin with. We see that we have a 2, a 1, a 1, and a 6. 6 will go into 6, and so will the 2. So we're going to multiply every single term by the 6. So when we do that, this all is going to be times 6. This will be times 6. This will be times 6. And all of this will be times 6. Okay, so now we have 6. We're going to have a negative here. 6 divided by 2 is 3 times 1 is just 3x. Then we have a 3 times 6, so plus 18 equals negative 4 times 6 is negative 24. We have a 6 divided by 6, which is 1 times a 9x, so plus 9x. Okay, now we have all of our terms, or like terms are combined, so we need to isolate the variable by moving the x's to one side and the numbers to the other. Because the 9 is bigger than the 3, I'm going to move the 3 over, plus the 3 is a negative. So this makes it so that it's all going to be positive. Since I'm moving my x's to the right, I need to move my numbers to the left. So I'm going to add 24. And we have 18 plus 24 is 42 equals 9 plus 3 is 12x. Divide both sides by 12. We're going to have x equals, it's 42 divided by 12. We can simplify that by dividing both of them by a 6. 42 divided by 6 is 7. And 12 divided by 6 is 2. So our answer here is 7 over 2. And that is it for section 2.3.